When are we going live, right?
There it is. There it is.
There, I got it. Hey, Lab Coat agents. We've got Jeff. And this time we're interviewing Jeff Pfitzer, which is a change. I love that.
And my mustache.
And his mustache. And we'll talk about his mustache in a little bit. And we've got Josh Burns over at Social Survey. He's their regional director. And that just pretty much means he's the boss over there.
Yeah, not even close, but sure. Yeah.
And he's got an awesome shirt that he will show you later today.
Yes, the big reveal will be later on, yes.
That's right, the big reveal. You know what, Jeff, can you just shave that off, Jeff?
No, dude, my wife loves it.
No,
you know what?
No.
Shave it off then.
That is 100% lie.
It is a lie. And I quote, she says, "Every time I look at you, I just want to punch you in the face."
That's how much he loves it. Well, don't worry, everyone. The Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, is about to lose to the Nationals in the next few days. So he's going to shave it off.
It'll be gone.
So we're safe.
Sadly.
We are safe.
And he'll find
All right, so let's get right into this. For those of you who don't know who Social Survey is, they help agents, teams, brokerages put out social reviews in a really nice fashion where you're able to show proof that you're actually amazing. And what happens is they treat it kind of like those Amazon reviews or those Zillow reviews that you get, but they make it even sexier. So let's get right into it. Jeff, you've been using them. You actually onboarded. I'm in the process of onboarding, and I'm in the process for like 2 months now, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there, Jeff. Tell me what your experience has been so far.
I tell you what, in this day and age of testimonials being, hypercritical for your business, I think there is no better, I shouldn't even say I think, there is no better platform than Social Survey because it's basically does it for you, posts it out to the social channels. It's super easy at closing because it automatically gives it to our customers at closing. It even sends them a reminder. You can, and I don't want to steal Josh's thunder too much here, but it's even got a feature to where when you get the testimonial, that you can reply to the testimonial, which is doing twofold things. Obviously, you're replying to them, which is just engaging your customer, but you're also playing the keyword game, which is then helping you on your SEO on Google. That's just a 30,000 foot view right there.
Wow, that was a great 30,000 overview. No, and that's what I mean. And Jeff is absolutely right. But one of the things that, I'm looking at this from like an individual salesperson. Like I always like it when I get positive feedback from my customer base. When I sat there and when I work on a deal and I hear somebody that is appreciative of the efforts that I put into it saying, Josh was patient. He answered all of my questions. And I actually get to read that. That gives me motivation to continue working at that high level because of the fact that I'm being recognized by it. So this isn't just about getting reviews and surveys and improving your online reputation. This is behavior driving type of back-end stuff. So that's another really positive thing that, again, we have so many critics over us. There's so much negativity. To be able to make sure that you're being able to put something out there on a positive basis and it's coming from your customer base, but the fact that you can make money from it, this is a great way to saturate your sphere of influence that the audience you've built up on social media. It's fantastic for that.
Yes, it is.
All right, man. So Jeff, you got onboarded. Tell me how you're using this because you have a massive mortgage team. I've got a bigger team as well over for the real estate side, right? So between both of us, I think we've got this covered, but tell me how you're using it for your mortgage side of things.
Yeah, so it's really simple, like I said before, and this doesn't just apply to teams. It helps obviously, but also in terms of just individual agents, because again, we're all creating, this has kind of been driven, I think, by the Zillow movement, years ago, where you wanted to create, you want to drive more testimonials, which helped you kind of move up the list or be the chosen agent. And nowadays, obviously, things have shifted and evolved. And so we need to have as many testimonials out there about ourselves, whether it is on SEO, whether it is on Facebook, whether it is on any social platform. We need to have as many testimonials, drive as many testimonials as possible to kind of make ourselves look like badasses, whether we're in mortgage or real estate. And this is the simplest way. I mean, so I'm one of those old school guys who back in the day, before these kind of platforms existed, we had our own email templates that we would just fire off to clients because we were trying to create more testimonials. And if you don't catch these borrowers or you don't catch these clients in the moment, typically they're not going to do it. It's simple and whatnot, but they're just not going to take the time. People are just generally lazy, right? They move on with their lives. And so when you capture them in the moment, like Social Survey does, and it's all basically automated for you, the salesperson, and it's then driving those results. And then I get an email. So after we do it, we get an email that the customer actually completed it. And then you get another email that says, hey, reply to the testimonial that you received. It's so awesome, man. It's so simple to use. Go ahead.
I have a question here. Josh.
Yep.
This is for Josh because you brought up something, Jeff, that it makes it easier for our clients or the consumer to review us. Mm-hmm. Josh, at what point do you see, because you guys have this massive company that helps with reviews, at what point do you see it better for us to ask for reviews? Is there a specific time?
That really kind of depends on, one, the industry, and two, what your own personal preference is. So the way that we have it set up, because of the fact that we integrate into the transaction management system, so whether you're on Dotloop, whether you're on SkySlope, whether you are on DocuSign, we're working on that one. We got Back Agent now that we're able to integrate. So as soon as the sale closes, that's when we send it out. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can make sure that the salesperson says, hey, I'm just going to let you know, you are going to be receiving this. It means the world to me to get feedback from my customers to be able to see, all right, is this something that, was it a good experience? And I'm always happy to hear that. And my boss is happy to hear that. Usually it goes out right after the deal closes, but the secret formula of it is that like you can go ahead and there's plenty of different, reviews and everything, but we have kind of just figured out the secret formula to be able to get this thing completed. Like our completion rate on average is 54%. So any realtor, any mortgage guy out there, if you're saying, okay, how many transactions did I do last year? And if I got half of those people to give me a review, would that make an impact in my business this year? The answer should every single time be yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I like that you do it after. So about a month and a half ago, we interviewed Ryan Serhant from $1 Million Listing, New York, and he has this breakdown. So the 7 stages of emotions during a sale. And I thought it was brilliant. It's like, it's in his book. If you want to pick it up, Sell It Like Serhant. It's chapter 5. And I remember it because it really stood out for me. He breaks it down into these 7 things. Excitement. So the buyer's like super excited. I want to buy, right? And then these next 3 stages are kind of sucky. It's frustration, fear, number 3, 4, disappointment. And then number 5, it changes a little bit. It's like they accept it. They're finally there and they're like, okay, you know what? I accept it. I understand this. Let's just move forward. And then number 6 is happiness. That they're finally like, after accepting it, they're like, okay, you know what? This is cool. I'm going to make this work. We're about to close. And that's where he says he gets the most bang for his buck for reviews. That's where he asks for reviews when they're happy. Yeah. Number 7 is relief. They're finally comfortable. They're closed. They're going to brag about it on social media, right? That's relief. So it's interesting to be able to do it towards the end of it, right? When they're still on that high. And I think it's important to note, because a lot of agents are like, well, when do I ask for this, right? Or what do I say? And if you guys are having you said 54% response on this, that means people actually fill it out and send it right back and said, yes, you sucked, or yes, you were awesome. That's pretty huge, man. So tell me what you do with the review, that the review processes for those that give us like 2 stars or 1 star. What happened?
That's the great thing about this, is that it's so customizable. So there's different stages. So actually what I have a little visual here that I can kind of share.
Bring it on, buddy.
All right. Everybody loves pictures. Pictures are good.
As long as they're not stick figures, I'm okay.
No stick figures. We pull all the stops on this one. So.
Okay, dude.
So here's a nice little just graphic. So it just kind of shows the flow through. So it goes directly from whatever system it is that you're working to. Now there's a series of questions. There's literally 4 questions that get asked. So if it is a great experience, it just automatically gets shared over here to your LinkedIn, to your Facebook, to your Twitter, to your social survey profile page that we build. It can go directly onto your website via an API. So again, the agent so far has done nothing. It's been 100% automated all the way through. Then you even have the second level where we can put it on Zillow. We can go to realtor.com. All of those are part of the platform. It's just simply a matter of getting your agent to, or your customer to go ahead and just click that next button. And we even make that easy as well. Google My Business is one of the most highly underutilized tools that real estate agents aren't taking advantage of. It's literally helping you win local. And we help drive that behavior towards that. So when somebody goes over to Google and types in real estate offices near me because they don't know anybody or they don't realize that they know somebody, they're going to pull up that list. And going back to like what you were saying, Tristan, that, it's like Amazon. If you do not know anything about this product, what do? You look to see which one has the most reviews and the highest reviews. That is an online reputation management, which is exactly what we're doing. So when it goes to can you go to the previous screen? So you go to, let's say they give me less than great, right?
Let me answer that question, Tristan. So we as a company set up ours so that anything less than a 4 does not automatically post to social.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can set it up however you want. Now we typically will address them because you receive all of them, but obviously, and you can actually address and then readdress. So obviously you get it. You can go readdress it with the customer and even ask them to redo the survey because you can address their concerns or whatever. I will say this too, while we're kind of on the topic, and Josh, you maybe can add to this. I think it's very important. So obviously we've been in this for roughly a year or so. And so it's been an interesting progression. And what you find with some customers is that some customers don't believe in a perfect score, which is total bullshit really, because in a lot of cases, the loan officer or the real estate agent did a magnificent job, but somebody just doesn't believe in it. And so
I actually don't. So.
Well, so we've gotten to the point where I've had some frustrated LOs who say, man, this is so unfair. Look what they wrote. They said how amazing this process was, communication, blah, blah, blah. And yet I still got a 4.7. And so we actually we teach our people like, hey, when you're at the closing table, let them know how important it is for you to receive all 5s and why it's important. And then maybe if you kind of educate them about it, they would more inclined to kind of get past that, okay, perfection doesn't exist sort of thing, because really this is just kind of a part of our business. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. So can you tell me, Josh, what some of the agents out there that you deal with, how do they go about dealing with a bad review? Because I mean, we're all going to get them, but I think it also makes it more genuine too.
No, absolutely. And that's actually something that when I tell them, because that's what they're so scared of. They're so worried about this negative. And it's like, you have to look at it as an opportunity, because if I'm going onto your profile or I'm seeing a variety and every single one of your reviews is perfect, something just it doesn't feel authentic to me. There's something about that you're just like, there's no way, if you have been in the business for X amount of years, that every single thing that you do, that to me tells me you're hiding something.
When you go to Amazon, I'm going to ask both of you. Josh, you first. When you go to Amazon, don't you go and look for the 1 stars and like, whoa, what happened? I want to know what's the worst thing about this thing. And then I see some stupid complaints that I'm like, it took 5 days to get this product. I'm like, that has nothing to do with the product, right?
I've literally seen 1-star reviews. It was from a real estate office in Dallas. They got a 1 star, and the guy who was leaving the complaint was saying that it took forever to get his food.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's like, what? But I go to the 1-star reviews. Jeff, when you go on Amazon or whatever you use, somebody's trying to FaceTime me. I love it. When you go to Amazon, do you look for the 1 stars or you go directly to the 5s?
Obviously, 100%. Same with Zillow.
Boy, someone really wants to talk to you.
Tell Janice it's going to have to wait.
All right, cool, man. All right, so continue on your awesome chart. I just wanted to ask that.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. But one other thing on that, because it is a good point, is that's where Jeff was saying before, the reply to review. If it is a negative, one of the things that you're also looking to is, how did they respond? Did they respond? Like, that's important. You need to be able to say, oh, I'm sorry that you had this. Please reach out to us. We want to be able to work this out with you. Whether it's for a score or whatever, but at least they're being acknowledged. That's important. So that's one of the reasons why I look at the negative reviews. I want to see how they responded to it. So, but to...
I agree, man. I agree. So before you go into this one, I've got to pause all three of you, all three of us. And I need to share Josh's shirt with everybody.
All right, the big reveal. Okay.
Let me see your shirt, man. Let's
I'm never going to take my clothes off on camera again, but whatever. Okay, so.
Hold on, let me unshare your screen though, because I want everybody
oh yeah, there's that. Okay.
There it is. All right, shoot.
All right, here we go. So here's the big reveal. Now, for whatever reason, my wife didn't find this humorous.
I think it's awesome, dude.
I thought it was amazing.
My wife, I think, just ordered 3 of these for me while we were here.
Yeah, best $6 I ever spent.
That's awesome. All right, so Jeff, what's your shirt about?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is here, into the backside.
Link You Digital Marketing. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Link You. Got it.
Yep. From Closing Table. Yep.
Oh, dude, I love that.
That's our boy. We've had him on before.
That's easy. Yeah, dude, I love that. All right, good props. And then mine says, "Be your own hero." And that's an awesome friend of mine. His name is Wayne Salmons. He's a coach. And we go way back to the Keller Williams days when he was a bold coach. So there you go. That's our little trivia for shirts for the day.
I was going to say, that's right. Now you know what everybody's wearing in this industry.
Yep, there we go.
We're all dressed. We're all dressed to the nine.
Fancy shorts as well, but we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Dude, go ahead.
We're gonna go step into the gym for a little while longer. Remember that Pelion room that Scott showed last time? I think we're gonna go hit that for about a couple hours before we start doing that.
But, hey, Tristan, that's Wesley Roca, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
I wanted to give him a plug.
Wesley's awesome. Good job. All right, so dude, continue on your awesome screen.
That's on my awesome screen. But first, I just want to know, like, Jeff, what club is it that you're spinning at right now? Because I feel like they really need to like up their ambiance in the back.
This is my office, dude. I just don't have anything on the wall yet, but see this right here? That's like all our swag. We need more swag.
Dude, that does not look like your office. That looks like a janitor's room.
I mean, you literally took the words right out of my mouth, but I didn't want to be mean to Jeff.
It is. And you know what? Everybody says that, but that's because I had a bookshelf, but I didn't like the look of it. So I went with the industrial looking shelf instead.
All you need are little cans of Clorox next to like your head. And
Notice the devil's little guy over there too. You see that over there?
What's that?
That was a video prop.
I just feel like there should be a fog machine and a disco ball or something like that.
Oh, there's a TV on one. My walls are bare. Eventually, I'll have a bunch of cool stuff right here, but and then it'll probably feel less closety.
All right, you're almost there, buddy. You're almost there.
That was good. All right, so that's going backtracking now that we got done showing our shirts and everything. So the way that this works is that, like, again, people are very, very concerned about negative reviews. So during this process, as you can see right here, is that there's these 4 questions. So this is literally each and every step. So it looks like it is coming from the agent. So it's an automatic send to the customer, asking them, please, fill this very brief, and it's even like in caps. Now this is white label, so if you want to change up the wording on it, be my guest. We just know that this particular formula works really well. It'll have the actual agent's face, so we humanize it. We take them through the steps. Scale of 1 to 5, how was your experience? Whatever that is. How likely are you to refer friends and family? 0 to 10. And then right here is the gateway question. It has to be a great experience for it to be shared via social media. If it is just okay or it isn't unpleasant, it does not go through that workflow. So people, If you're afraid of that, don't worry. We thought of that. So it has to be a great experience. Otherwise, no social media. It just goes directly over onto the social media or to the social survey profile page, and it lives there. And that's it. And that then gives you the opportunity to, again, do the click to reply, reach out to them in any way, shape, or form, but at least show that you saw it. Now, we have a workflow also on our side that it says, you know, we're sorry you had this experience. Here's our promise that somebody in our organization is going to reach out for you. We do that on behalf of the customer. So even if you don't directly respond because you have a hierarchy in your office, that's fine. We help acknowledge that. Then your customer service or your resolution desk, they can reach out and then they can go ahead and try to fix the problem. But acknowledgement is so crucial because nobody is more motivated to bash your reputation than an upset customer. So giving them this opportunity to vent off in this safe space, that's crucial. They're far less likely to go onto multiple platforms to sit there and say you were terrible.
Makes a lot of sense. So that's an easy process, dude. I love the way that looks.
Yeah, that's it. And then literally, once you get over that, you just come to the testimonial part. So, I mean, unless your customer is a really slow reader, it should take 90 seconds to complete this. And that's it. All they have to do, they put it in that testimonial and click the post my review, and then boom, it's off. And
So it automatically gets posted into what social media?
So it'll go, so you'll have your credentials and everything like that. So what will happen is if you have your Facebook logged in, it'll go onto the Facebook. If you have your LinkedIn, it'll go to LinkedIn. If you have your Twitter, it'll go to Twitter. So all of those are automatic. Same thing with your website, we have the API. But here's where it really becomes crucial from an organizational standpoint, because every single agent, it's going to share on that platform. That's fine. But it also attaches to the office. So now the office has its own social media platform. So it's going to share that review as well. So now we're talking, it's not just going through your particular network, it's going out onto every person that is connected to that company. So that amasses a lot more. So it builds up really, really quickly from everybody doing all these great things. So that's what everybody comes in saying, yeah, I got ourselves another survey. From a broker standpoint, you're able to see who are my agents that are absolutely killing it with their customer base. They can go out and go ahead and they can log in and they can see what's the completion rate, what's the overall score of my agents. Maybe somebody is getting a lower score and they want to go ahead, they want to train them up, like oversight, and they have that ability to get involved and be able to help somebody without having to sit there and like chase after a person. They have the information right there.
Do you coach agents, or do you have your organization coach agents as to what to say when they're getting reviews? And I'll give you an example as to why I asked this. I've got a friend, his name is Jason Walters, who you guys might know. He's the guy who told us about Social Survey, by the way.
Yep.
And Jason always says, so he says, so this is what I do with my closed transactions, or the ones that I'm about to close. And that's this. I send him an email and I say, hey Josh, I really enjoyed working with you, and most of my business comes from people like you, right? And the referrals that people like you give me. So if you could please do me a favor and review me on these 2 or these 3 sites. And when you do, could you please use the words great agent and mention the city that I helped you in, right? And so he kind of steers them that way so that they pop up on Google as those reviews with the right verbiage, right?
Yep.
And so I found that super helpful. Do you guys find that that's helpful? How do you guys tell your agents to ask for reviews? Is it automated?
So, I mean, because of the fact that it's automated, it makes it a lot easier, but we definitely recommend having that conversation at the closing table. So yeah, I mean, we have best practices. So we have great customer service on the back end. So not only, for onboarding, I know everybody has such a nightmare on onboarding, Tristan, but
dude, it's only been 2 months. All right. I'm almost there. I saw a few emails coming back and forth saying that I'm almost up.
Well, okay. Well, that's it. I was not a party to that. I was harassing anybody that was connected with you. I'm like, I don't even need Tristan. I just need the person, somebody who's going to do it.
So good.
But that's what, like, the onboarding process itself is super simple. Like, we literally just need the roster of everybody who's going to participate, and then we build everything. We help with the connections. We help build the hierarchy. It's literally 95% of the work is on us, and we're fine with that because we're good at it. And usually, depending on what transaction management system you're on, you can be up within a couple of weeks. But the best part about this is that you're thinking, oh, I wish I had started this sooner because I had my best year this year. Well, we're going to go back in time and we're going to review all the people that you had transactions with earlier this year. So not only are you able to move forward and you're going to start to be able to collect more, but you're going to be able to get everything historically that you did in the last year. So you're going to see the results of that.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense, dude. So the people that we've already helped out are also going to receive this too. So I'm going to ask you a question. And Jeff, let me know if you have any questions on this specific thing, because the answers could vary. From your experience, Josh, what do you think is the most important place to place your review on? If you had to pick one.
So, in all honesty, that's a tough one. On a social media, just because I feel more agents live on Facebook, if that's where you have your audience, that's the most important platform. If you have more followers on Twitter, that's the most important. But if you're talking third party, if you're spending a lot of money on Zillow, then you need to make sure that that's one of your secondary reviews. Google My Business is an essential. You need to do that. Google is the #1 search engine worldwide, period.
All right. It sounds like the answer is Google My Business.
Google My Business, I think is a very, very crucial one. But again, it really just depends on where your individual businesses are. The nice thing about it is that we can go ahead and we can help with the connections to whatever that is. Google My Business, I just feel, is very underutilized by agents. And because of the fact that you are trying to win local, this is a great place in order to be able to have your customers' voice being heard on that. And that's going to help you drive in more business.
Let me also say, Tristan, that when it comes to like Facebook, and we talk about this when I talk about posting on social media and creating more content, this is content. So most of us struggle with our graveyard business pages because that's what they are. But the reality of it is you have to still play the algorithm game. So you have to have consistent posts going out, even though some of those posts may not create a lot of engagement. It's playing the Facebook algorithm game, and this is another way to do that because you're actually creating posts that go to your business page. So it's got multifaceted use as well, in my opinion. It's not just the testimonial game. It's also creating posts on your behalf, which is, of course, making you look better in the Facebook algorithm eyes or any platform, the algorithm eyes.
I love that.
No, that's a great point because that's what all the time I'm reading. Agents are saying, Facebook ads, what do I send? What content is it? Why would you not sell yourself on these as well? People get a little worried that, it seems like I'm boasting. No. This is not you. And yes, it is coming it's looking like it's coming from you, but this is coming from your customer. It's their voice.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense, dude. I love that. All right. So tell us what the deal is, man. Why are you guys so amazing?
In all honesty, it took us time to kind of figure out that formula. We've just been able to, we said, okay, the only way that this is going to work is that it has to be automated. It has to have the least amount of engagement from our customers. They have a million other things that they need to be working on. So this has to be something that's just constantly running in the background, but it's noticed when you get those results. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of driving behavior, positive behavior, because I appreciate it when somebody took the time to say that they appreciated me working with them. I like that. It makes me feel good, and that keeps me pushing on, going forward, making sure that every single one of my customers is getting that type of experience. And that's, I'm sure, there's a lot of other agents that they really do care about that. That's why the ones that they do get, they typically share. So it's a great opportunity to be able to, again, get that consistently. But again, it's helping manage, it's helping nurturing your sphere of influence that you have, your entire base that you have on Facebook. It's just running in the background. It's also a really great way to be able for them to be able to share that. So if they're trying to do a referral, they're saying, oh yeah, here's the review that I gave from this agent that we worked with. You should talk to them. So it makes it simple to be able to share those experiences. They can tag somebody. So Jeff's absolutely right. It runs in the background. It's maybe there's not a huge amount of engagement, but it's getting seen. So
I think what makes you guys pretty amazing is the automation that you've created. So you've been able to do this in a simple fashion so that we can leverage the technology, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's it. But it's simple. I mean, that's the most important thing, because not only is it simple, but it just makes it so that way you don't have to think about that kind of stuff. But it's so powerful. It's powerful in its simplicity.
Dude, leverage is the new hustle. That's what we always tell people.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, every single agent, you are supposed to be selling yourself on every transaction. We're helping you sell yourself, and you don't even have to take credit for it.
Yeah, that's the key. All right. So Jeff, anything you want to add since you've been using this and you're ahead of me?
Well, I mean, this is a testimonial of a testimonial service. So what more can I say on it? What's that?
I don't know. Sure to that.
Come on.
I tell you what, I will say this again. I said it in the beginning that if and I know this because I manage a large team, and it's hard to get those team members to actually do their jobs, right? And so anything that I can do that's automated, I absolutely am going to employ it into my business. And you all know, every single one of you damn real estate agents, and I mean that in the sweetest possible way, in the most loving, caring way. You know you need these testimonials. You know you want these testimonials. So I don't know why you wouldn't sign up for an automated service. And like Josh said, it depends where your business is, but this one can post all over the damn place. So it's so sweet. I love it. I wouldn't be on this. I wouldn't have come on to give a testimonial if I didn't believe in it. I think it's a great service, and I think people are crazy not to sign up for it.
All right, Josh, where do people sign up, man? Because I put up a link here. It's web.socialsurvey.com. Is that the right one?
Yeah, and so it's if you go over to Social Survey, there's a real estate drop down. You can go onto there. They're always more than welcome to go ahead and reach out to us in any way, shape, or form. It will get back to us. But that's one thing that I need to make sure that we emphasize, because this kind of got lost the last time. This is an enterprise platform. So all of you single agents, yes, we do want to work with you, but we need to make sure that we are giving this over to the broker. And this is good for two different reasons. One, there's so much more power the more the people that are utilizing it. And two, the more people that we get, the less cost. So these are two very, very big motivating factors and that we're making sure that we have to emphasize. This is something that your brokerage, they should be looking into, because there's benefits for them. It's going to benefit every single agent that is a part of this platform. So anything that you can do, I don't care if you literally have to pull your broker over here to take a look at this. They need to take a look at this because it's so crucial.
And not just brokers, but like team leads too, because Tristan's a good example, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, team leaders, big teams, small teams, brokers, brokerages. Dude, I was looking at the list. I didn't know you guys were in different sales verticals. You've got mortgage, insurance, auto dealerships, travel, hospitality, and real estate. That's kind of cool, dude. Good job on that.
Oh no, that's right. It's been an amazing thing, ride, and that's it. All of this has really started pushing up. Like, I mean, mortgage. I mean, we own mortgage at this point. That's why we got Jeff. But to be able to see that now, to see that we're now going like, because I mean, you think of any type of industry, like rental car is a huge one. There's a company that we were working with. Their online reputation was terrible. It was junk. We finally went ahead, we got integrated with them. So that's why each and every time somebody was getting a rental car, they were getting a survey. We shot them up from like a 2 up to a 4. I mean, was the service better? No, probably not. We were just able to capture more positivity and start being able to funnel it all over to where it needed to go.
I love it. And by the way, you get every month you get an email that gives you a summary of what your team did. So how many transactions you had versus how many testimonials that you received. You receive a summary of what the scores were, everything. I mean, it's really awesome as a team lead because you get to review all of that stuff. And I get copies of every single testimonial that comes through, which is good because it allows me to address typically the bad ones immediately with the team member who had the bad review. Let me ask you this. Carrie asked, I don't know if you can answer this question, but she asked the obvious question, what is the cost? I don't know how you want to answer that.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's always what is the cost. So I'm going to give you like the full sticker price. So, and I mean that as a joke. The full sticker price, again, provided that we have enough people. For the individual agent, it's $360 for the year. You guys spend that on coffee in a month. So for less than $1 a day, I'm going to be able to start saying really nice things about all of you, to have all of your customers say, oh, how much we love this person. So that is the general cost. Now, again, if we're talking to the team or we're talking to the office and we're able to expand that out, I mean, there are brokerages that pay for this for their agents. I mean, there's a lot of benefit for that. But that's, I mean, the maximum it could potentially cost is $360. And that's it. If you're like a super rock star, so fortunately Gabe brought this over to me, we actually reward people who are killing it in their vertical. So that's it. If you were on this one the last time, you had Dee Dee. There's Dee Dee's trophy that we gave her because she was the #1 customer service agent, not in her area, not in the state, in the nation.
I love that, dude.
Oh, it's all about positivity, all about pushing that type of mentality.
Amen.
I love it. All right. Well, thanks, man. You know what? I just noticed you guys have a blog here too.
Yep.
And, there's a complaint resolution best practices, kind of like the question I was asking. So that's cool. Take a look at it. It's under their website, socialsurvey.com. They're under their blog. All right, Josh, thanks so much for being here. We loved your shirt. We also love your shirt. Thank you.
Really glad I chose the shirt today.
That was beautiful, beautiful shirt. Jeff,
Tristan, appreciate it.
I love your shirt. I love your hat. I love your mustache.
No.
I'm just not too sure.
Don't encourage that behavior.
The room. Josh, you can agree with me that his room sucks.
Jeff's a client. So I'm going to say that I feel like it is under development.
Paint the damn thing.
I got some good stuff to put on the wall. Just I've been traveling a lot. Bear with me. Come on.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. And everybody go to Social Survey. Josh, thanks for being here. Jeff, thanks again, bro.